18 Beckers dash 20. Masturbation, is it truly harmful? Masturbation can be extremely harmful, potentially leading to erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation, as discussed previously. Some young people or adults knowingly commit this act, which is regrettable. However, there are many youths who are indeed ignorant and innocent, which is somewhat pitiable. In recent months, many young men suffering from erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation have come to the hospital for treatment. Surprisingly, some of them do not even know what these conditions mean, only knowing that they experience nocturnal emissions, showing their lack of sexual knowledge. They cannot recognize the symptoms, let alone understand the causes and pathology. To help such young people gain knowledge about reproductive function disorders, it is necessary to repeatedly explain the pathology and causes of erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. To deepen the understanding of masturbation's harm among young friends, there is a real need for in-depth research on this issue. Regarding whether masturbation is harmful, there have historically been two perspectives. One view holds that semen is the treasure of life, and excessive loss of semen will lead to physical weakness and decline. Long-term masturbation will inevitably cause erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, nocturnal emissions, and other conditions. This viewpoint is shared by both ancient Chinese and foreign medical practitioners. For example, in the 18th century, Beckers wrote a book titled Masturbation and Its Terrible Consequences and Advice, which provides numerous examples demonstrating how different parts of the body can be directly harmed by masturbation. This perspective is quite reasonable and thus gains significant attention in Europe and America, playing an educational role for masturbators. However, modern views hold that masturbation itself has no impact on health. Semen is just a type of secretion in the body, similar to having a runny nose. The reason for physical weakness is entirely due to psychological reactions, that is, masturbation itself does not cause nervous system weakness, but rather, guilt, fear, and anxiety do. Moreover, it is said that masturbation will not lead to incomplete development of sexual organs but instead can promote development. Just like hands and feet, the more they are used, the stronger they become. Muscles do not become atrophied from overuse but rather from disuse. Only those who are extremely excessive might reach a point of developmental impairment through masturbation, but most people would naturally limit themselves. Who is reasonable among these two viewpoints? Clever readers can discern the truth without further explanation. What is interesting is that one perspective first denies that masturbation affects sexual organ development but then admits that it could lead to developmental issues, attributing it to those who go to extremes, failing to moderate themselves, thus leading to developmental problems, a contradiction that is self-defeating and amusing. Occasional acts of masturbation generally do not cause significant harm to the body, and almost everyone has experienced it during their youth. However, with youthful vigor and strong sexual desire, it is easy to develop a habit of excessive masturbation. Without restraint, even abundant springs would eventually dry up, not to mention the limited amount of seminal fluid in the human body. How can it withstand constant loss without causing pathological states? To prevent the gradual development of problems, some emphasize the harms of masturbation as a bad habit, serving as a warning, which is benevolent. But others publicly claim that masturbation is a proper release and harmless to the body, seemingly encouraging masturbation among the young, which is unwise. From a physiological perspective, masturbation is a substitute for sexual behavior within one's own body and can be considered a proper release. But from a pathological perspective, based on the consequences of masturbation, it cannot be considered a natural and proper release. If it were a proper release, it would not lead to pathological states. Yet, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, nocturnal emissions, and other conditions resulting from masturbation are acknowledged by all Chinese and Western medicine practitioners. Recently, I have consulted more than 20 books on Chinese and Western medicine. Most Western doctors agree that long-term masturbation is a bad habit that may lead to nervous system weakness. However, a few emphasize that nervous system weakness is solely due to psychological reactions, denying any physiological connection, which is too biased. Psychological reactions do have a certain influence, but claiming no physiological effect whatsoever is overly narrow-minded. According to clinical experience, many adolescent patients exhibit nervous system weakness purely due to physiological factors, without any psychological reactions, neither knowing before nor feeling remorse afterward. The facts prove that the pathological states caused by masturbation are not simply psychological reactions, physiological effects play a significant role. That is to say, excessive mental strain does have a certain degree of harm to the body, unlike what some say, that it is harmless like having a runny nose. Also, one must understand that the human body is an organic whole. Excessive activity in any part can disrupt normal brain function, causing obstacles in regulating the activities of various organs, leading to symptoms such as dizziness, blurred vision, lower back pain, palpitations, insomnia, memory decline, weak legs, and so on. In summary, the harms of masturbation are severe, affecting physical and mental health and leading to various illnesses. Those who engage in this habit should immediately correct their ways. If already in a pathological state, timely treatment is necessary. Do not mislead yourself, lest you fall into a situation of no return and regret it for life.